The origins of the Labour Party can be traced back to the late 19th century. At the time, the working class in Britain was facing a range of social and economic issues, including low wages, poor working conditions, and a lack of political representation. In response to these issues, trade unions and other working-class organizations began to form. In 1893, the Independent Labour Party, ILP, was founded as a socialist political party. The ILP was committed to the idea of democratic socialism, which aimed to achieve socialism through the ballot box rather than through revolutionary means. The party was particularly strong in the north of England and Scotland, and became a key player in local politics. In 1900, the Trades Union Congress (TUC) decided to form a new political party to represent the interests of the working class. The new party was called the Labour Representation Committee (LRC), and was made up of a coalition of trade unions and socialist groups, including the ILP. The LRC had its first electoral success in 1906 when it won 29 seats in the House of Commons. In 1910, the LRC changed its name to the Labour Party and became a separate entity from the TUC. The party continued to grow in strength, and by the end of World War I, it had become the second largest party in the House of Commons. During the 1920s and 1930s, the Labour Party continued to grow in strength and influence. In 1924, the party formed its first government under the leadership of Ramsay MacDonald. However, the government was short-lived and was defeated in a vote of no confidence the following year. In the 1930s, the Labour Party began to adopt more radical policies, such as the nationalization of key industries and the introduction of a comprehensive welfare state. These policies were seen as a response to the economic and social problems of the time, including high unemployment and poverty. After World War II, the Labour Party was elected to power under the leadership of Clement Attlee. The government introduced a range of social and economic reforms, including the establishment of the National Health Service and the nationalization of key industries such as coal, gas, and electricity. The Labour Party remained in power until 1951 when it was defeated by the Conservative Party. However, the party returned to power in 1964 under the leadership of Harold Wilson. During this period, the party continued to push for social and economic reform, including the introduction of equal pay for women and the abolition of capital punishment. In the 1980s, the Labour Party began to move away from its traditional left-wing policies and embraced a more centrist approach. This shift was led by Neil Kinnock, who became party leader in 1983. Kinnock sought to modernize the party and make it more electable by distancing it from the policies of the trade unions and other left-wing groups. In 1997, the Labour Party was elected to power under the leadership of Tony Blair. Blair continued the process of modernization and introduced a range of reforms, including devolution for Scotland and Wales and the introduction of the minimum wage. In recent years, the Labour Party has gone through a period of turmoil, with a series of leadership changes and internal divisions. In 2010, the party was defeated in a general election by the Conservative Party, and its leader at the time, Gordon Brown, resigned. In 2015, the party elected Jeremy Corbyn as its leader, a left-wing politician who promised to bring a more radical agenda to the party. Under Corbyn's leadership, the party moved towards a more socialist platform, with policies such as nationalization of key industries, increased public spending, and free university tuition. However, Corbyn's leadership was controversial, and he faced criticism for his handling of issues such as anti-Semitism within the party and his views on Brexit. In the 2019 general election, the Labour Party suffered a crushing defeat, winning just 203 seats in the House of Commons, its worst performance since 1935. Since then, the party has undergone another leadership change, with Keir Starmer elected as leader in 2020. Starmer has sought to move the party back towards the centre ground of British politics, and has focused on issues such as improving public services and creating a fairer economy.